Welcome to the John Cady podcast. I'm John Cady, U.S. Navy retired, former minister, man who's experienced and enjoyed a lot of things. It's time to talk about a little bit more serious topic, and I will give props to Adam Reeder, professor of rock, for inspiring me to talk about this because it is a serious problem affecting YouTube content creators, especially when using small snippets of content from other sources, whether it be music, video, movies. And it's the ongoing issue over copyright. How much of a clip has to be shown to constitute a copyright issue? And there's no real definitive answer on that, but it's absolutely frustrating because there are other people besides, Professor Rock who've experienced this. When I go to such shows, channels as WrestleMania, I go to Explore Hits, which introduced a lot of people to good music from other parts of the world that we probably never would have seen otherwise. We're finding where videos are now suddenly getting blurred, they're getting blacked out, the audio is being garbled or muted. And why? Why is this happening? It's because there is the issue of copyright. Now, yes, the original owners of the music and the videos and the movie content, yes, they do deserve to have credit and they do deserve to protect their work. But there should be a small amount of wiggle room so that, a small snippet of it, maybe 5 or 10 seconds, wouldn't constitute a copyright strike and having to redo the video or take it down. It's absolutely aggravating. That's why on my own podcasts and even my shorts, I don't put other video, I don't put other audio on there for the simple fact that, even if I posted a picture, there's a possibility that that photo might be copyrighted as well. And if that photo's copyrighted, then all of a sudden, I'm going to review my stuff, and then all of a sudden that picture that was part of the video, when it was up for those few seconds, that picture was blurred out. So I don't have an answer here, but I stand with them on the fact that this is a growing problem. And this goes beyond just, individuals talking to attorneys or individuals talking to artists, but it's something that's going to have to be addressed up the YouTube platform. Because, we're not trying to steal from anybody. In fact, the comments that I read on Professor of Rock's latest episode, and I'm sure that there are others as well, who say the same thing, that a lot of people who have watched us and followed what we present, it actually encourages people to look up the original artists, click on their videos, watch them, and then it builds up their base, builds up their income, their streams. So it's more of a symbiotic relationship than what YouTube would like to think. If I was to say post a video talking about the history of Psy's 2012 single Gangnam Style, and I posted a 5-second clip of it. Now, people who are familiar with that classic piece of K-pop would look at that and say, oh, okay, so we're talking about a classic K-pop song, and we're going to go over and look it up. And then Psy gets more views, Psy gets more money that way, because now he's got new subscribers that he didn't have before. That's just one example. Or even an artist who has kind of faded into the background, like, say, Eddie Grant, and we revisit Electric Avenue, which was his big hit from the 1980s. Well, we talk a little bit about that and say if I posted a 10-second clip of Electric Avenue, people hear it, and then they're like, oh, okay, let's go check that out. They go over to Eddie Grant's page, and they go to his channel. They click on Electric Avenue, they watch it, more streams are coming in. And more than likely, Eddie Grant will get subscribers as well. So, how do we solve this? At some point, we have to make some kind of a compromise here and not shoot down every attempt to share a brief image, a brief video clip, a brief music clip as we try to share our appreciation of these artists and the legacy and influence that they have. Seriously, a compromise has to be made. On radio, you have buffer music. I'll use that for an example. As long as the buffer music is less than 30 seconds, you are not required to have to pay royalties on that track that's being used. But the fact that that buffer music is being played, people listen to it. They're like, oh, I think I remember this song. Like, for example, WCBM in Baltimore, one of their favorite buffer music tracks is Uncontrollable Urge by Devo. And whether they realize it or not, WCBM has indirectly helped Devo stay relevant because their listeners, especially older ones like myself, we hear it, and then we go look it up. Look it up on Spotify, look it up on YouTube, look it up on Pandora, iHeartRadio, and oh, there we go. There it is. There's Devo. We're going to listen to it. So Devo's now getting more streams. Devo's getting more subscribers. And what does that mean? Devo makes more money. Why? Because there's that little piece of buffer music got them in there. And perhaps that's what needs to happen on streaming platforms like YouTube, that we should allow a certain time limit without having to deal with copyright and royalties, because we are not trying to steal from them. We're just trying to share their work. And by doing so, we actually lead these artists to what they do and their accomplishments. That, I think, would be a far better answer than all these copyright strikes, which have done nothing but cause headaches, heartaches, frustration. You hear other content creators talking about, they don't know what to do because it seems like every time they try to post something, YouTube comes down. It's like, no, you can't post that, or we're going to blur that out, or we're going to garble it so nobody can understand what it is. So yes, I think a similar solution would be like what the radio stations do. Run the buffer music. As long as it's within a certain time frame, they can use it and not have to worry about the copyrights and royalties. But that's my opinion. This is John Cady. Thank you for listening. Hit the like, subscribe button, and I'll catch you on the next one.